Hello and welcome back. Today let's just try out to explore the new software that is known as the Fusion 360. And this is widely used all the world when it comes to the 3D modeling, manufacturing and 3D printing. Most probably what we call is the additive manufacturing. So in today's lecture, I would probably like to talk about the interface of the softwares, and later on we will talk about the rest of the things what actually this software covers. So let's boom. First thing which comes in mind on the top left corner is just this data panel. What's actually over here, we have some of the training tutorials if somebody wants to train himself by just going through these tutorials, and you can just upload the parts when it comes to the assembly environment, right? So you can just upload those files and you can simply bring those files into your interface. Next we can have the file. You can create a new design, new electronic design, new drawing. You can open the already saved files. You can save as the existing file with some other name, with some other file path, like the DXF file, like the IGES file, like the STIFF file or STL. And you can export this file. You can 3D print and many more. The next thing which comes in mind is on the top left corner is this change workspace. In which environment you actually want to work depends on the selection criteria. Right now I am in the generative design because I want to design something inside this software. The next thing is the rendering, and you know what rendering is. The next thing is the animation, simulation, manufacturing. This is actually the machining process. This is actually the machining environment of the 3D models. And next, the last one is the drawing or drafting. When you just model the things, at last you must make 3D drawings for that part as well. Just go downward, and the first thing which comes in mind is the document settings. Right now I have the units and millimeters. If you want, you can change the millimeters into the desired units. Same thing you can do from here. Just click on the preferences. The data panel is pop-ups, and you can click on the default units. Whatever you just keep in the design mode, manufacturing, simulations, and generative design. So most probably I will prefer to keep these units and millimeters, or the way you want to be. These are the desired views: the top view, the front view, right, and the home. The same things you can just navigate from here as well. But just click on the drop down menu, click on the orthographic, perspective, or the way you want to be. Like suppose I just want to click on this view, on the top view. Now I am on the top view environment. The next thing which comes in mind is this panel, right? You can have the viewports, like the multiple viewports, or if you want, you can just go for the single view. Next we have the grid and snap settings. You can set up the grid setting from here as well, like fixed. You can just simply giving the proper value for the grid setting and just click OK. You can have the display setting, like the visual styles, the environment. Like for example, I just want to create dark environment photo booth, which I mostly prefer to be selected. This is the zoom window, this is the zoom pan. You just pan your screen on any of the side. Next thing is the locate, right? You just locate something, right? And this you can deal with by just dealing with this command, right? Next thing is the orbit. You just wanted to rotate an object to a specific orientation, right? And the next thing which remains over here, like the first project, I like, because I just renamed this part, but when I just click on the Control N, new part will pop up and it is untitled. But when I just want to save this file by the name, so then you can see the name has been changed over here. The next thing which probably I would like to talk about in this video is just this ribbon, right? Like just this panel, what's actually exists over here. Simply you can see over here in any of the existing supportive materials like this solids, surfaces, mesh, sheet metals, plastics, and utilities. When I come to the solids, you can see you can create anything. You can create anything regarding to your solid parts. Next we can have the modify. The ones you just made a model and you just want to modify that, you just want to change anything with that existing model, you can just deal within these commands, right? And later on I will talk about each and everything. The next thing, once you made the model and you just want to bring those model into your assembly environment, you can just later on deal with such kind of commands, with such kind of things later on in the assembly mode, right? Like we can have different kinds of mates, motion study, and different thing. Next thing is the construct. If you want to construct anything, if you want to just generate the new things like the planes, like the axis, like the points, and you can have axis, planes, and points regarding to anything. Like for example, if you just want to create a new plane with offset of the existing surface, planet angle, each and everything you can just navigate from there. And spec, you can just measure things, different thing, you can just look at it over here. I think nothing is new over here. Insert, you just want to insert the images, the decals, canvas, and especially when it comes to the DXF files. What's actually the DXF file? It's actually the drawing that you have just made in any of the softwares, especially when it comes to the AutoCAD. You can just navigate for that file and just bring those files and click OK. So this was all about the Fusion 360 interface, right? You can have the create, modify, assembly, construct in any of the existing solid surfaces. You will find them out in any of them, like mesh, sheet metals. Again, you can have. See? So this tutorial will be really helping out to the beginners class students of the Fusion 360. Once you know with all the things later on, it will be really simply for anyone who just want to make models, manufacturing models, and later on you can just simply deal when it comes to the drafting section. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're first on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the upcoming interesting videos. Let's boom. Thank you.